There's a really confusing messaging happening around work in AI, which is that on one hand, generalists will thrive in the age of AI. On the other, it's the specialists who are going to thrive in the age of AI. So who is it? I would argue it's neither. You may have heard of a term called the T-shaped individual, which kind of explains a person who has a broad set of skills, kind of like a generalist, but who can go deep in certain domains, like a specialist. Now, I'm not saying this person is either. I think it's actually a different category of person, and let's call them a cross-functional person. And I know some of you are rolling your eyes because cross-functional is kind of like resume corporate speak. It really is the best term to describe what's needed to not just work with AI, but actually honoring like who we are as human beings in that we are adaptable and can deal with ambiguity. And most importantly, prone to action. With AI, it empowers all people to not just think up of a thing and plan for a thing, but actually one day execute on a thing. Now, I'm not saying it should be used purely in a work context, but it signifies a cognitive shift, maybe a cognitive reawakening. Because right now we exist in a culture that really puts us towards a specialized path. So if you're worried you're not going to thrive because you're not a generalist or you're not a specialist, don't think of it that way. Think instead of how you can make yourself more of a cross-functional person. And do that by 1, staying curious, 2, always learning, upskilling, not just in a work sense, like a human being sense, like what gives you joy, what do you genuinely want to learn about? And number 3, get out of your head and create something, even if it's an experiment or an iteration. Because that process, full of mistakes and all, is the real process where we acquire those skills and learn something new. Now, by default, just get better with AI.